Hello. You probably clicked on this video with because you're not in high school yet, or maybe you are. Maybe you're a little bit into it, and you're looking for someone's opinion on what to change. Now, I might look young. I mean, I shave every day, so I mean, I could grow like a full ass beard with that. But yes, I am in grade 11, encroaching on semester 2, and I feel like I should make this video because it might help someone. Now, let's start with the people who haven't been in high school yet. And for those of you who are, and you're wondering what animal was that? I swear I keep hearing an animal. But yeah, let's start with the people who haven't been into high school yet first. If you haven't been there yet, don't worry. It's not as scary as people might make it seem. Maybe your siblings picking on you about it, complaining about how hard it is. It's not really that hard. What happens in high school, and I mean this depends really on your school and like how many classes you have per like semester. Some people even have quadmesters during the pandemic thing. So yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, it's not as scary as people might think it is. On your first day of high school, they're not going to really give you any work. If they do, it's going to be something so small you can do it in like 2 minutes. It's going to be a bunch of like get to know you sheets made by your teacher, and the teacher might read them, they might not, but still put the same amount of effort in. Still try to do a good job. When it comes to assignments, when you're first starting out in high school, you need to get them done as fast as possible and as good as possible. Now, what do I mean by that? My advice to you is to finish the entire thing. Doesn't matter if it's good or not, and then you're gonna go back and look at it. Don't turn it in yet. Please, don't turn it in. But complete it really, really quickly, then go back and then see what you can improve on. Now, you might have to restart the whole thing, and if you have to, go for it. You're gonna have to do that later on, especially if you're like in university and stuff. I know of a lot of people who've had to redo entire things because they, I don't know, wanted to change a topic or something. But yeah, if you have to restart, go ahead. But the idea is to practice improving your work and also practice doing assignments right away, getting them done, because you never know what's going to be assigned next. Now, in your first week, it's not going to be like that. I imagine your first week is going to be like short because it probably starts in the middle of the week, so you might have a 3-day school week, which is nice. You have the weekend to finish everything you got in day 1, 2, and 3, or 4, 5 maybe on the first week. But yeah, get everything done as fast as possible, and then go back and then improve it as good as possible. That's my advice for practice in high school. And you can start practicing now if you're like grade 8 or year 8, year 7, year 6, 5, even all the way down to 1. You can practice this. I mean, your things aren't going to be all that hard, and really probably isn't useful to start practicing it, but you still can. It really doesn't matter how old you are or what grade you're in. You can still practice what I'm saying in this video. And now let's move on from the homework piece, of which you won't really get much. Now, the social piece. I want you to walk in on your first day of high school. I want you to find your class as quickly as possible, but if you're late on the first day, they'll excuse you most likely, unless your teacher is an absolute prick. Now, I want you to go in there with a neutral attitude. I want you to look at everybody equally. Now, what do I mean by that? I want you to look at everybody as a stranger, even your friends. Really, you wanna be equally open to meeting anyone or hanging out with anyone, because you want to see who you vibe with, who is going to be like a great friend, but you also want to be on like good terms with really everybody. And I know it's going to be hard, but on the first day, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Everyone else is begging to have people to talk to them. I remember my first day of high school. I walked into my geo class and everyone was sitting there like a bitch. Everyone was sitting there. We were like so awkward. We were like looking at each other. Not a word was said, by the way. We had a long-term sub at the beginning. Our main teacher hadn't come back, and like he didn't come back for like 2 months, which was really interesting. But yeah, everyone is going to be begging to have people to talk to them, and maybe there will be a few people talking, but it's usually with friends from elementary schools that they had, or like middle schools, depending on where you are, if they have a middle school. I personally didn't. I just had a full 1 to 8 elementary school. But yeah, those people are going to be friends from a long time ago. But that doesn't mean you can't join them, you know? Now, let's move on from that. Talk to as many people as you can with an neutral attitude. Now let's go into activities. There's going to be a lot of activities in high school, and there's going to be a lot of clubs, and there's also an opportunity to start your own if this thing you're into isn't available. Now, again, I would recommend joining as many things as you can within reason. There's only so much time in one day, but yeah, join as many things as you can within reason and give it your best shot. You never know what you're into and what you're not. For example, like in grade 3, I used to hate music. I used to think that was terrible. And I mean, it was recorder class, had the little peep peep, like the freaking train whistle, plastic pieces of garbage they call recorders. Then there was xylophones. They had these like little like mini xylophones with the metal keys. I hated that. I hated all of that. I hated the rhythm tests. I hated the sound of it. And I let that make me think that that was what music was, when it really isn't. It's a lot more than that. So yeah, and now I really, really like it. I joined band in grade 8 and haven't stopped since. So you never know what you're really into, and it might be your future career, which for me it most likely will be. So yeah, that is why you should join everything. Give it your best shot, really, and give everything a try, really. I mean, if there's something you like actually hate, you can, I don't know, do that one a little bit later, once you've figured out what you do want to do. Then you can try everything you hate, because who knows, you might like it again. You might also dislike something in the future, so it's best to have a lot of options. And let's move on to pieces of crap. Once you go into high school, there's always going to be some pieces of trash, some people who you don't want to hang out with. Now, if you remember earlier, I said, talk to everyone with a neutral attitude. Well, that doesn't mean you can't change that neutral attitude towards the people you first talked to. If you talk to someone who like does a lot of drugs, barely shows up, you don't really want to hang out with them. It's gonna drag you down. It's gonna hurt your future. And as cool or as vibes as it might be to hang out with them potentially, it's gonna be a lot better if you're having fun with someone else who, you know, is a good influence on you. And that's it. Now we're gonna move on to the people who are there. For the people who are in high school right now, but maybe younger than me, I want you to go back in this video and think about all the things that you have done that I've listed. And I want you to make something new. I want you to come up with a new idea for someone going into high school. And I want you to do it along with everything in this video. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe. See ya.